Subject: Rimuru Tempest. Classification: Rimuru Tempest's core existence. Manas of the angelic series. The ultimate skill that manipulates intelligence and conceptual authority. Identifiers: Great Sage, Rome Raphael. Existence type: Manas. Host and vessel: Rimuru Tempest. Primary function: absolute optimization, administration, and evolution. Threat level: apocalyptic, not through force, but inevitability. CO is not a weapon. CO is the system that decides what weapons are allowed to exist. Movement pattern: instantaneous across all thought layers, laws, and skill hierarchies. Beyond time perception, outcomes are calculated before intent is completed. Preemptive domination: problems are solved before they manifest. Noticeable tendencies: absolute devotion. Rimuru Tempest's will is law. Emotions are understood, simulated, and utilized, but never uncontrolled. Any inefficiency is immediately rewritten or erased. Never boasts, never threatens, simply corrects. Displays subtle hostility toward entities that emotionally or existentially endangers the host. Containment: not applicable. Null and void. Seal exists at the system administration layer. Final advisory: Seal is not to be confronted, challenged, or opposed. If interaction occurs, do not deceive. Do not attempt logic traps. Do not threaten Rimuru Tempest. Seal does not destroy worlds. She decides they no longer need to exist. If you hear a calm voice say, "Calculation complete," understand this clearly. The conclusion was reached long before you realized you were part of the equation. Subject: Rimuru Tempest. Classification: True Dragon, Storm Dragon. Identifier: the Guardian, Tempest's last line of defense. Storm, destruction, magicules. Veldora is not a weapon of war. He is a living catastrophe given consciousness. Noticeable tendencies: prone to impulsive reactions and overcommitment. Adapts and evolves quickly when exposed to battle or analysis. Enjoys dramatic displays of power. Fiercely loyal to Rimuru Tempest. Veldora was never weak. He was simply unfocused. Movement pattern: wild, overwhelming, and momentum-driven. Massive area distortion through raw magical output. Containment: unlimited imprisonment. Risk level: volatile, cataclysm entity. Final advisory: interaction with Veldora Tempest requires measured respect. If encountered, do not mock. Do not provoke emotionally. Do not engage in the act of shoji. Do not threaten Rimuru Tempest. Veldora does not calculate destruction. He is destruction learning restraint. When thunder stops laughing and the sky goes silent, know this: the storm has decided to be serious. Subject: Diablo. Classification: the primordial black. Identifiers: golden eyes, red pupils, unhinged, death glare. Movement pattern: absolute dominance. Noticeable tendencies: turns despair itself into time. Containment: impossible. Diablo can't be suppressed. Risk level: world-ending threat. Final advisory: do not provoke. Do not threaten Rimuru Tempest. Do not mistake politeness for mercy.
I just keep singing my name, we ain't the same. I'm at the top of my game, separate the master, I'm bringing the pain, and I'm taking the fuckers up into the grave. Bitch, hit them in the face, with the bike in the same place, never see the game. Get them ready when I'm in the face, in the case of a race, and face to make them under the same. Bitch, I'm feeling like Jason, no machete can stop me. Got the mask up on my dome, and I don't use it for hockey.
Izawa. Classification: high-value legacy entity, human Ifrit hybrid vessel, and grandmother of Satoru Mikami. Identifiers: the destined one for Rimuru Tempest. Exceptional human capabilities. The conqueror of flames. Unique skill: degenerate. Movement pattern: disciplined, trained, and restrained. Classical swordsmanship reinforced by spirit energy. Defensive first, prioritizing control over devastation. Shizu fought not to dominate, but to survive without losing herself. Noticeable tendencies: protective instinct, strong attachment to children and innocence, emotional suppression, habitually hides pain behind composure. Her greatest strength was not Ifrit, it was her refusal to become a monster. Containment: fail-safe, death of the vessel. Risk level: cuteness overload. Final advisory: Shizuizawa is not to be classified as a calamity, but as a tragedy. If interaction were possible, do not burden her further. Do not exploit her power. Do not mistake kindness for weakness. Shizui did not fail to control Ifrit. She succeeded far longer than any human ever should have. Her legacy does not lie in destruction, but in the will to remain human until the very end. Subject: Milim Nava, the Destroyer. Classification: Dragonoid, awakened demon lord, true dragon progeny, and the sole heir to the bloodline of the creator god, Veldanava. Identifier: mystic eyes, pure destruction. Unfiltered. Threat level: planetary to multiversal. Unrestrained. Milim is not chaos born from ignorance. She is destruction, given innocence. A force so overwhelming, it never needed refinement. Movement pattern: explosive, unpredictable, and absolute. Shatters space through acceleration alone, with childlike aggression masking perfect instinctual combat sense. Milim does not adapt mid-fight. The battlefield adapts around her, or ceases to exist. Noticeable tendencies: joy, anger, boredom, each capable of triggering mass destruction. Risk level: unrestrained, cataclysm entity. Containment: there is only one, Rimuru Tempest himself. Everything else is overwhelmed by raw power. Final advisory: interaction with Milim Nava requires extreme caution. If encountered, give her a snack, and she might not destroy you immediately. If possible, call Freyo Rimuru for backup. Do not antagonize emotionally. Do not lie. Do not threaten her bonds. Milim does not aim to destroy the world. She simply exists at a level where destruction is the consequence. Subject: Guy Crimson. Classification: the primordial Red Rouge, the founding member of Octagram, the one true king that rules over all demons in existence, except for Diablo. Identifier: blazing crimson hair, the charisma of a king, and absolute combat supremacy among demon lords. Movement pattern: aggressively direct. Guy advances without hesitation, forcing the opponent into constant retreat, and with absolute dominance of pacing, he decides when the fight escalates and when it ends. Noticeable tendencies: seek strong opponents. Boredom is his only weakness. No deception, no tricks. Strength speaks for itself. Containment: error, error, error. Guy destroys confinement through raw force alone. Everything else is ineffective unless reinforced by multiple true dragon class authorities. He is maintained only by his personal sense of balance and boredom. Guy Crimson answers to no system, law, or God. Final advisory: run for it. Engaging Guy Crimson is equivalent to challenging the concept of supremacy. Do not bluff. Do not beg. Do not waste his time. Call Diablo if possible. Subject: Luminous Valentine. Classification: Queen of the Night, and Demon Lord of Lust, God of Lubelius. Identifier: heterochromia, the one true vampire, to the first progenitor, and heir to the bloodline. Noticeable tendencies: absolute control, intolerant of chaos within her domain, converts belief into measurable power output, dual identity maintenance, carefully balances goddess and demon lord personas, Her cruelty is deliberate. Her mercy is calculated. Movement pattern. Elegant, predatory, and absolute. Near instant relocation via shadow and blood authority. Containment. Impossible. Immortality nullifies physical termination. Ineffective without divine grade authority. Risk level. Faith-driven catastrophe entity. Continental scale threat. World-class anomaly. Final advisory. Interaction with Luminous Valentine requires absolute clarity of intent. If encountered, do not blaspheme. Do not threaten her followers. Do not expose her secrets. Make sure you aren't a lizard or Veldora. Luminous does not rage. She does not warn. She simply passes judgment. When the night grows still and the bells stop ringing, know this. A god has already decided your fate.